Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. Stiff-armed him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
For a Lions, first down.
So much for staying ahead of the chains with a 3 or 4 yard gain on first down. They moved the chains with a nice little run.
Yeah, they're making the chain gang hustle a little bit to try and keep up, aren't they? Because a lot of the first series of games are scripted, many times to probe and find some holes in the defense. Sometimes you attack with some big-time runs, too.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
It's a
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a first and goal as strong running gets him to the 9-yard line. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Goff now looking to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs from 6 yards away. And the Lions will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Cowboys nothing.
So that drives 7 plays in length. And Jahmyr Gibbs finished it all off with a touchdown grab. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
That's good.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. This is Lamb on the end around. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
42-yard line.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Well, they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards on a guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Wait.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 70 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 52 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score.
The long
Lions
touchdown
14.
pass gets them 6 on
Cowboys
a
nothing.
very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. Williams loses the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Left side to Lamb. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
To C.D. Lamb. 12 yards on the play. Leads to third down and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing, Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
7-yard gain on the play.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Now Prescott. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Here's Goff. Finds Gibbs on a check down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this 1st half. Well, not much time remains here in this 1st half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Prescott now. This one swung out to Williams. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
It's 2nd and inches at the 28-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Prescott. Now he'll tuck this and run. Prescott able to use those legs of his to pick up the 1st. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Caught left side. Williams. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Finding Williams once more, complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
And the Cowboys.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott now from the 50. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Pass.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10. Prescott yet again. Now he's going to step up and run. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half.
It's a gain of a...
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out of this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Here's Prescott. This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Prescott. That is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
To throw is Prescott. And he'll go right back to Lamb. So the completion good for just 3.
It's a pickup,
and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33.
And the Cowboys first down. A gain of 19
yards. Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Jack Campbell running him down behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Prescott to throw it. Screen play set up for Williams. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. He'll get it inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the hold closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting them a few yards.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Cowboys 7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Here's Goff. Wright's got it. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
On the keeper, here's Goff. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Prescott. Pickens is there on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
A gain of
17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On play action, Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
18 more yards. That's another Cowboys 1st down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
And a Cowboy 1st down.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
To throw, Prescott. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Dak. Able to hit his target, Lamb. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have a Cowboys first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's 2nd down. Now Prescott. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for CD Lamb.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Here's Prescott. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other, and they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, Neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.